Welcome back to the McKenna Center. Griffins with a tough loss to the Gannon Golden Knights by the final score of 69 to 61.
Yep.
We are on the Jiggers Pub post-game show. Always a great time to stop in at Jiggers Pub in Export. Fantastic wings, hoagies. They have pierogi night as well, the homemade pierogies. That's where it's at right there. I love homemade pierogies, and Jiggers are really, really good every Wednesday. So check out Jiggers Pub in Export, a proud sponsor of Seton Hill University Athletics and our post-game shows as well. So, Roger, if you want to dig into the numbers there a little bit, just tough loss. Griffins led by 7 at halftime, but unfortunately, after a very spirited comeback attempt, give credit to Gannon. They hit their free throws.
They did. They did hit their free throws, Dan. And I do have to make this comment that we have to keep in mind that Trevor Blondin, the leading scorer for the Griffins, was not in the lineup today, and that may or may not have.
Yeah, 2 games that came down to the wire against Clarion and against Gannon. And who knows, if you have Trevor Blondin, we'd like to think that you maybe win those games, but hopefully he'll be able to come back soon.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be able to play Wednesday against Mercyhurst. But now to review the scoring, 69 total points for the Gannon Golden Knights. They were led by their leading scorer, Daryl Porter, with 25 points. Victor Olaowe with 15 points. Jonathan Harewood with 9. Kevin Dodds with 8. Deontay Cicero with 6. Joe Fustine with 4. Cyril Obugawe with 2. For the game, Gannon shot 21 of 49, 43% from three-point range. They were 4 of 13, 31%. And for the game, from the free throw line, which was crucial down the stretch, Gannon shoots 23 of 29, 79.3%. And many of those big shots down the final closing seconds of the game were hit by Daryl Porter. Daryl Porter was 11 of 14 from the free throw line.
And again, he came in 56%.
And Jonathan Harewood was 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Kevin Dodds 4 or 5. And so that's pretty good, and that's where the game truly was decided. For the Seton Hill Griffins, total of 61 points. They were led in scoring by Nathan Davis with 19, Keelan Coates with 16, Malik McKinney with 13, Malenko Predic with 5, Brandon Alston with 4, Jacob Payne with 4. For the game, Seton Hill shoots 22 of 52, 42.3% from three-point range, 10 of 24, 42%. From the free throw line, 7 of 12, 58%. The Griffins did not get to the line very much in this afternoon's game. Points in the paint, Gannon outscores Seton Hill 30-18. Points off turnovers, Gannon also wins that one, 16-12. Second chance points, Gannon 9-7. Fast break points were 4 each. And bench points, and this outside of the free throw shooting of the Golden Knights is where the game was also decided. Gannon, 30 points from their bench, 8 from Seton Hill. The lead changed 6 times, and the score was tied 4 times for the final score of 69-61 in favor of the Gannon Golden Knights.
And that probably shows a lack of depth for Seton Hill. And again, when you have a new coach come in, you do lose some depth, and you also have to build some depth as well. It's not an easy thing to do, and I know that Coach Saunders is well on his way to building a program with, having that good depth. I really think, you can't look at Seton Hill's record this year. Again, they've been in a lot of games, 3 overtime losses. This one goes down to the wire. I mean, they might be 3-11. I know your record is what it says it is, but this is a program that's building right now. And while they do have some older players that are playing well, they have Malik McKinney, obviously. I don't know why he didn't come in at the end of the game, but freshman that's, continuing to get better and better. And, I'm sure there's some guys coming in. I know that something that wasn't here before, Roger, before Coach Saunders got here, there wasn't a lot of WPIAL, WPIL
no, there
guys.
were not.
I mean, there were some, obviously. But,
yes.
But I feel like Coach Saunders is concentrating more on the WPIAL than maybe in the past here. I did see a couple of verbal commitments.
That Jimmy Moon from Sarah Catholic will
attend Seton Hill.
And
we got a chance to see him last year. He's really good. And there was also a player from Montour, I think, committed. So, you got to give him time.
Sure.
That's just the bottom line. And there are some good players on this team, there's no doubt. And there's some young players that continue to improve as well.
Yeah, and he wants to get his type of players, and that's not a slight to anybody that is currently here on the roster that played for Tony Morocco. Coach Saunders will want to get his type of player that will run his type of offense and defense to make Seton Hill successful.
And someone else they've been missing all season is Trevor Laquana.
They have.
Starting point guard the last couple of years. I mean, when you have a senior point guard go out and he hasn't played all year, that also is very, very difficult to come back from. And that's been a really big loss for Seton Hill, too. Not to mention that Trevor Blondin hasn't been healthy for every game, including the last couple. So, all right, well, they are rolling out the mat. We have Seton Hill Wrestling coming up, so we better sign off and get ready for that. That'll be coming your way at 7 o'clock, 6:40 for the pre-match show as we'll be kicked out. Well, I'll still be running controls, but nobody will hear me. George Carter and Jeff Shaw will actually have the
those
call.
That have a knowledge of wrestling.
Right. We'll have the call of Seton Hill and Gannon Wrestling, and that comes up at 6:40. I'm telling you, folks, I wasn't the biggest wrestling fan. My brother wrestled, and I always knew that it was big in this area. But the more I've been involved in it, even if you don't maybe like wrestling, I'm telling you that our announcers are so terrific at it, you will get sucked in. So I'd love for you guys to to tune into the wrestling match, too, coming up at 7 o'clock. I know that there's other things going on. I know the NFL playoffs are going on, but, hey, have that on the TV and have this on the computer.
Absolutely. You can do both.
It's a lot of fun. So anything else, Roger?
No, I think that's pretty much it. We're looking forward to the next matchup for Seton Hill. I believe you said that is Wednesday against Mercyhurst.
Yep.
So we'll be here for that game, and we'll see how all this plays out as the Seton Hill men go down to defeat today by a score of 69-61 at the hands of the Gannon Golden Knights.
All right, that'll do it for us. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to our man Marcus Weekland up top as well for his work on the camera tonight. 69-61, Gannon wins over Seton Hill.